You guys know the song? Relax, don't do it. Just kidding. Let me get back to my normal self. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Bonnie by Bonnie Jewelry, where I talk about all things diamonds. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at by Bonnie Jewelry. So today I'm actually gonna talk about, I would love to obviously show you more jewelry, but I feel like sometimes I want to talk about something different. Especially like things that I find myself telling clients that are sitting in this chair, and I'm like, hey, don't do this. I'm like, why don't I make a YouTube video about it? All right, 6 things you need to stop doing to your engagement ring or any jewelry in general. Item number 1, which is like probably the most, like I've seen it most, which is when you take your rings off, when people take their rings off, they grab it like with their fingers from the top and they push down on the stone and they pull the ring. This is a big no for your ring, and I'll tell you why. Because when you do that, you are putting, number 1, making your ring dirty. Number 2, putting pressure onto the center stone when you do that. I mean, when you do it once, nothing's gonna happen. Twice, nothing's gonna happen. But when you do it over and over and over again over time, the pressure is gonna loosen that center stone in your ring. Okay, so don't do it when you go back to that sound. Relax, don't do it. And so you're gonna practice whenever you take your ring on and off. Grab the side of the ring and wiggle slightly to take it off. Okay, so grab whichever part that doesn't have diamonds will probably be the best. Okay, item number 2, do not do any heavy lifting with your rings on. Okay, when I say that, I mean it, and not just talking about like lifting weights. Obviously that's a given, but like I'm talking about the most common one that I see is when you travel and you're pushing your 20-30 pound bag onto the overhead compartment like this, and that weight of the luggage goes onto your ring, and you're like struggling because there's a line of people behind you like, excuse me, and you're trying to get it up there as soon as possible. That is a big no for your ring, especially nowadays with everybody getting like less than 2mm rings or thin rings. That is a disaster for your ring. Okay, that will bend your ring, that will hurt your ring. Do not do that. Get somebody next to you to do it for you, or when you make travel plans, just put your ring in a box, maybe into your purse. I'm not sure, I don't want you to lose your ring, but that is a big no. And same thing with like very, very heavy grocery bags. Just be aware that when you have a dainty ring, putting that much pressure will damage or bend your ring. Item number 3, this is probably the most common. Put your ring, stop throwing your ring or putting your ring into like a plate or a box of like jewelry where it's all mixed in together. And I kid you not, I've seen this, like a lot of people actually do this and have this habit where they have like a jewelry plate and they take off like their earrings and their rings and their bracelet and they throw it all in there, right? Do not do this to your ring. And that's because metal scratches each other and diamond scratches each other. So if you have another diamond or another something sharp where they're like scratching each other, that is when your ring will get damaged. So the best way to do it is to get one of those like velvet or padded trays with different slots that you can put things in their place so they don't touch each other. Okay, item number 4, do not sleep with your ring. Oh gosh, and I say that again because if you have like a simple band that or a thicker ring that you leave on here and there, that's fine. But if you have another one of those 2mm or under ring where you have a big rock on top, if you sleep with your ring, the body weight or when you're sleeping and you're like dreaming, you can like put weight on your ring and bend your ring. So I've had this happen. I'm sure you're guilty if you're a fan, you're watching my video. Try not to sleep with your ring on, okay? Here and there, like mishaps, that's fine. But practice to put your ring in a safe place, like maybe next to your bed or something. And like at night, just put it in there. In the morning, just put it back on. No biggie. Item number 5, do not exercise or do sports with your ring, okay? Running, it's okay. You're not doing anything heavy lifting. But yeah, like if you're doing like yoga, for example, and you're putting like all your body weights, like doing different poses with your ring, in general, that's just not a good thing. Any type of weights or very active things that you're doing with your hands is just gonna damage the ring. So one thing to remember, or you can get like one of these, like, I don't know, they sell them on Amazon, like it's like a wristband thing where there's like a zipper that you can put your ring. You can consider one of those if you're like, hey, I'm at the gym a lot and I like don't want to lose my ring. And another thing is when you work out, you're sweating, right? So the acidity in your sweat will also, if you have white gold, for example, that will, not be as, like, it will wear out your rhodium a little bit faster. So that is something to be aware of. Item number 6, try not to shower or swim with your ring. And when I say that swimming is because, there's especially in a pool, there's a lot of chlorine, and chlorine is just bad for metals. And another thing is when you shower. Okay, so I know like showering is, it's not bad for it. It's just, it makes it dirty. And if you have like all the soap scum and things that from shampoo and things, it just gets stuck in your ring. So if you want your ring to be like clean and sparkly all the time, try not to shower with your ring. And also, if you have prongs, like sometimes when you like wash your hair, it could get caught in between, so try not to shower with it. And another pointer, since COVID started, a lot of people are doing hand washing with their rings, and they're asking like, Bonnie, can you wash your hands with your rings? So the simple answer is, of course you can. But if you platinum rings, or yellow gold rings, usually that's no problem. But when you have white gold rings, when there's white rhodium that gets applied onto white gold that makes it white, if you wash your hands a lot, the chemicals in the soap will probably help. I mean, not help, but like get the white rhodium layer off like faster than you want it to. So and then you need to get it rhodiumed. So hand washing is probably gonna kind of speed that up. So you wanna be aware of it. Of course, we have to wash our hands, especially now, but keep in mind that if you don't want your rhodium to wear out as fast, just be mindful of that. All right, so in conclusion, of course we might not be able to do everything that I just said, but try to keep a good habit. I'll tell you like how I take care of my jewelry personally. Honestly, as soon as I get home from work or anywhere, I actually have a habit of taking everything off, meaning earrings, bracelet, rings, watches, everything. The only thing that I typically do leave on is like my necklace, because it's like, I don't want to take it on, take it off. But yeah, so that, like, I have that habit of just like being really good at like putting everything in the same place. So always put stuff in the same place. Don't like put it here today and put it there tomorrow. This is when you're gonna lose stuff and lose track of things. Like, oh, I'll put my ring in the kitchen today and then in the bathroom tomorrow. That's when you're gonna start losing stuff. So practice putting it in the same place over and over again. And of course, I have another video that teaches you how to clean jewelry at home, so make sure you check that out. And I hope you find this video helpful to you. If you have any questions or comment, leave them below, and I'll see you in my next episode. Bye.